Muy buenas suscriptores y suscriptoras, bienvenidos una vez más a mi canal, yo soy Sonic. Y en esta ocasión os voy a traer un vídeo de un juego que tengo por ahí en mi biblioteca de juegos, PlayStation 4, llamado Gone Home, ¿de acuerdo? No sé de qué va a ser la primera vez que lo juegue, pero sí que he visto en internet que simplemente con una hora te sacas el 100%, así que vamos a ver si no lo sacamos y a ver de qué va este juego. Opciones, gráficos, el campo de edición. No sé muy bien esto a qué afectará el juego. Estilo de agachado. Ni idea. Invertir, cambiar este que tiene de derecha atrás. Venga, hombre. El sonido está bien. Mecánica del juego. O sea, que solamente hay dos botones, ¿no? Eso ya lo iremos mirando. Bueno, sí, vamos a empezar. No sé ni de qué va el juego, tío. Es un videojuego de exploración que ha redefinido el género. Ya está disponible para que lo juegues desde el salón de casa. 7 de junio de 1900. Bueno. Según Polygon Juego del Año.
Hi, Mom. So I got my
mejor
ticket home from
de-
Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
¡Ey! Buenas, Naviván. Buenas, buenas. Pues aquí estoy empezando este juego, tío. No sé si es de miedo. A ver, dice que se pasa el juego. Lo tengo gratis, así que por eso voy a jugar. Se pasa el juego en una hora, ¿de acuerdo? A ver. Aquí tenemos que aumentar el brillo. No. Y lo del campo de visión lo voy a aumentar al máximo. Ah, pues como tú veas. A ver. $6 ha costado. Bueno, ¿y qué hago con el pato? Hay una llave. Pulsa L2. Ah, vale, L1. Tengo un pasaporte. Es mi pasaporte. Me lo saqué cuando fui a viajar a Europa. O sea que soy una chica. Vale, esto está desarrollado la historia en 1995, ¿vale? Por si decir, es que la foto parece antigua y tal. 1995, ¿vale? 7 de junio de 1995. Esta es mi tarjeta de embarque del año que pasé en Europa. La copia de una llave que está escondida debajo del viejo patio de Navidad. Vale. ¿Ves? 6 de junio de 1995. Se supone que llegamos a casa después de las vacaciones, ¿vale? Hay una nota. Katie, siento no poder estar ahí para verte, pero me resulta imposible. Por favor, no te pongas a indagar para descubrir dónde estoy. No quiero que lo sepa nadie. Algún día volveremos a vernos. No te preocupes. Te quiero, Sam. Pues parece de miedo, ¿no? No sé, o a lo mejor de suspense simplemente. Dios, todo está apagado. ¿Qué pasa? Dios, qué movida. Aquí me van a jugar con los sentimientos de una forma. No, apagarla no. Venga, hasta luego en avión. Factura Terrence Greenberg 1888. Luego yo a las 9:15 terminaré. Y no sé si por la noche podré hacer otro. Destino Terrence Greenberg.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away.
A ver.
We moved into this house. I'm in a new school. And my big sister being
Vamos a
gone
ir
for a year
consiguiendo
doesn't make it
trofeos.
any easier. It doesn't feel real. But I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
Ah, vale. Segundo que voy a empezar a mirar la información de trofeos. Hombre, parece de miedo, suspense o algún rollo de estos. Espero que no sea mucho. Esto me lo haría jugarlo con las gafas de realidad virtual, tío. A ver. Vale, aquí hay un vídeo en el que voy a sacar 2 trofeos. Recogemos la llave, sí. Recorremos el pasillo a la derecha y después izquierda de esta forma. Wow, así que grande la casa, chaval. Abrimos esa puerta. Abrimos esta otra. Vemos un interruptor oculto. Vale. Subimos las escaleras. Uy, no se puede correr. Ay, qué cabrones. Usa la primera para comprobar tu posición en la casa. Vale. Vamos por aquí. No veo nada, le voy a dar todo el brillo que se pueda, tío. Vale, y abrimos esta puerta. Luego aquí hay otra puerta. Como me dé un susto, voy a quedar mal ahí en el directo. Ya verás tú, porque no me conozco el juego. A ver, y si le damos a este botón conseguiremos un trofeo. Vale, trofeo ganado esta vieja casa. Vale, y ahora vamos a por el trofeo de intuitivo. Que por cierto, esta luz se puede encender. Relámpago. A ver, a ver, a ver. ¿Qué pasadizo activado con eso? Vale, un pasadizo por abajo. Vamos encendiendo las lámparas. Hostia, tío, qué mal rollo. Aquí ya empieza ya. Dios, si es que es gigante la casa, tío. Vale, tenemos que abrir una caja fuerte. Verás, como me salga un bicho o algo. Ojalá tuviese una casa así, tío. El cuarto de invitado. Este es el cuarto de invitado solo. Pues madre mía, parece un búnker, un refugio aquí. A ver, seguimos bajando. Vamos por aquí. Vamos por aquí. Vale. Sí, sí. Introducir combinación. La combinación es 1, 9, 6, 3. Vale. Y trofeo ganado intuitivo. De guay. Agarrar botella. No puedo agarrar botellas. Bueno, hasta ahora no voy a hacer nada más. Vale, a ver. Bandido húmedo. Todos los grifos de la casa están abiertos a la vez. Para este trofeo debemos activar todos los grifos que hay en la casa a la vez. Hay un total de 8 grifos. Pues al final sí que va a ser verdad que me consigo todos los trofeos ya que este juego en una hora. A ver si para las 9 lo tengo acabado. Abre todas las puertas. Vale, eso... A ver, a ver. Vale, el primer grifo estaba al entrar en la casa a la izquierda. Y dale con los relámpagos, tío. Voy a cerrar la puerta. Ah, no, es que venía por ahí. Bueno, lo primero es regresar a donde estábamos. ¿Qué? No, estoy grabando. Estoy grabando. A ver, porque ya la cosa... ¿Dónde estoy? Liándola, tío. Uf. No, iba bien. ¡Ey! No, tío, no, para. A ver. ¿Qué ha sido esa mierda? No. Es que nunca he jugado a este juego, tío. Tenía ganas de subir un juego de... bueno. Vale, es aquí donde quería yo. Voy a cerrar la puerta por si acaso, ¿vale? Bueno, voy a dejar una abierta por si acaso también. A ver, tengo que abrir 8 grifos, ¿no? Vale, 1. Pero es que ahora con el sonido me va a dar mal rollo todavía. Vale. Tío, si lo han premiado tanto, vale que lo tenga gratis y todo lo que tú quieras, pero si lo han premiado tanto y lo han jugado tanta gente y lo han clasificado bien, eso es porque me voy a giñar. Algún susto me espera, seguro. Tío, aquí las luces, ¿qué pasa? ¿Viví la gente sin luces? Para agacharme, ¿por qué? Vamos a ver, pero sí. ¡Hostia puta!
¿Qué es? Me has asustado. Mira lo que te he comprado para casa, una freidora. Mira lo que le he comprado a mi cuchillo. Por en serio. Mira. Como tú querías.
A ver.
Toma.
Gracias, cariño. Vale, abrimos este grifo también. Espérate, todavía no te bajo del perro, que quiero verlo también por primera vez. No te lo vas a hacer, ya lo vas a hacer. Vale. Hemos abierto 3 grifos más y con el que hemos abierto antes eran 4, o sea que son 8, nos faltan la mitad. A ver. Estas son 5. Y desde la bañera... 6. ¡Hostia puta, tío!
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She
vale,
said,
tinte
I
de
need to
pelo.
fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. It's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked into the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said...
Hostia, tío, no me jodáis, tío, con esto de los relámpagos y mierdas así, tío, que es que he visto luces, tío.
Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited, and the moment was gone.
Vale, ya abrimos este y hacen 6 de 8. Nos faltarían 2. Mira, la casa es gigantísima. Buah. Me raya un huevo, tío. Hostia, tío, es que... No puedo volver a hacer eso, tío. Qué putada. Bueno, se vende hay uno. Vale, están uno enfrente del otro. A ver si conseguimos la llave de ahí. Vale, hay un trofeo que tiene que ver con el pato. ¿Dónde hay que devolverlo? No lo sé. A ver. Porque no se termina de abrir. A ver. ¿Pero esto qué es? Esto es Gone Home, tío. Vale. Aquí cogemos la llave esta. Guay.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
Vale, pero aquí no es la llave. Pero bueno, cogemos el pato y ¿qué? La llave. Este juego es que lo estoy empezando ahora y Bloop he visto que se tarda 1 hora simplemente en conseguir todos los trofeos. Es muy fácil y muy sencillo. Lo que pasa es que por la forma de cómo estoy jugando ya, que llevo aquí ya casi media hora, estoy viendo que es de miedo o algo así, me va a pegar un susto o algo porque no me conozco el juego. Vale. Cogemos a este y abrimos la trampilla que es la llave, ¿no? Vale. Sí, es que el juego, a ver, te explico, se envuelve en 1995 y tú se supone que vuelves de unas vacaciones de Europa y no hay nadie en la casa y tienes que averiguar el por qué se han ido y por qué no hay nadie. Dios, y mira que le subió el brillo a tope. Yo no sé si lo hacen a propósito para que parezca todo esto casi oscuro, pero me da un mal rollo increíble, tío. Estoy también a mitad de un trofeo que es de que todos los grifos de la casa estén abiertos a la vez y son 8 grifos y llevo 6 grifos abiertos. Me faltan 2, sé dónde están, pero no tengo la llave de la puerta esa que intento abrir. A ver. Cuarto oscuro de Sam. No entres si la luz roja está encendida. Qué movida, tío. A ver, dejo el pato. Abro la trampilla. Y cojo el pato de nuevo. Subo para el ático. O me salga algo, tío. Yo no voy a seguir la luz, me voy a centrar en el trofeo. Vale, trofeo, ¿no? Vale, trofeo ganado de plata, instinto de nido. Y de plata, ¿sabes? Que te lo ganas en un minuto. Vale. Otro trofeo entre bambalinas. Todos los nodos de inventario activados en el modificador de propietario y desarrollador. Es ninguno. Buah, eso hay que hacerlo del principio. Es que en esta partida este no. Lectura acelerada. Juego completado tras haber encontrado los 24 entradas de diario sin modificadores activados y en menos de 10 minutos. Desde partida nueva y en una sola sesión. Esto ya tampoco, porque de tiempo. Carrera. Juego completo. Hostia, hay un trofeo que es de completar el juego en menos de 1 minuto. O sea que fíjate tú si es corto y lo puedes sacar pronto. Pero bueno. ¿Qué más? Miau, miau, miau. Encontrado el diario secreto de Mitten. Este es el diario 24, un diario oculto que hay en el juego y debemos hacer una serie de acciones para poder conseguirlo. Dejo un vídeo. A ver, este sí creo que lo puedo conseguir, ¿no? Pues en esta partida solamente podemos hacer este trofeo más y el de completar el juego. Y ya pues en la próxima partida pues entramos ya más a saco. Este es el trofeo de miau, miau, miau. Es encontrar un diario secreto. A ver. Vale, este tampoco lo puedo hacer, o sea que vamos a pasarnos el juego. El cuarto oscuro. Estrellas de sol. Bueno, o sea que vamos a pasarnos el juego. Espérate, porque yo tampoco sé muy bien de qué va esto. Vale, pues eso ya, pasarme el juego. Dejamos la llave que ya la cogí, dejamos rápidamente el plato y dejamos la llave que tiene abajo. Sí, ya lo he hecho. Entrar en la casa. Abrir la trampilla, que ya la he abierto. Hemos cogido la llave de ahí dentro. Subimos las escaleras, que ya estoy aquí arriba. La gente dice que le sube la sensibilidad a toque a este juego para conseguir este trofeo. Y subimos al ático, que es donde estoy. O sea que va a haber que seguir la línea roja del cuarto oscuro. Subimos. Hostia, pero si esto ya es el final del juego, tío. Pero ¿qué juego es este, tío? A ver. Ya vienes para aquí. Hay un diario. Lo abre. Y ya está, ya se ha acabado el juego. Tío, pero ¿qué juego es este, tío? ¿En serio? O sea, vengo para acá. Nada de miedo ni susto. Ah, dos manos, tío. Al principio me parecía la calavera así como de esto de estas que hay en el desierto, tío, de los perros estos así. Será gratis, ¿no? Creo que... A ver, espérate, te lo miro ahora mismo. Un segundito. En la misma página te lo pone. 20 euros, chaval. Precio del juego en la Store, 19,99. 19,99 euros, chaval. ¿Y por qué lo tengo yo? Habrá sido gratis, ¿no? Para el Plus. ¿Alguna vez? Madre mía, 20 euracos. No sé, supongo que le habrán bajado o algo, tío, porque esto no es normal. A ver, ya está, ya me he pasado el juego. Esto es el juego. De ahí que hay un trofeo. Katie, lo siento mucho. A ver, ¿qué es lo que le pasa? ¿Quieres al final? Siento no poder estar ahí para verte en persona. Siento no poder decirte todo esto personalmente. Pero espero que cuando leas este diario y mires atrás, comprendas por qué he tenido que hacer lo que he hecho. Y espero que no estés triste ni me odies. Y que sepas que estoy donde necesito estar. Te quiero mucho, Katie. Volveremos a vernos.
Someday.
Algún día.
Love,
Te
Sam.
quiero. O sea, ni siquiera te llegas a enterar de dónde está el Sam metido, tío. Dios, tío, 20 euracos, ¿en serio? A ver, si le doy a ese trofeo ganado, Gone Home, por pasarme, vale. No, pero no le tenemos que dar a seguir. Os explico por qué. Hostia, puedes seguir el juego. Vale, pero no, espérate. Guardar y salir del menú. Espérate. Vale, por esto mismo. La cuestión en los trofeos está aquí, en modificadores y comentarios. Activar comentarios, aparecen iconos por la casa que te permiten escuchar comentarios de los desarrolladores del juego y los colaboradores. Nota, no es compatible con los diarios de voz. No es compatible con los diarios de voz desactivados. Vale, esto lo activamos, porque con esto tenemos un trofeo. Desactivar diario de voz, no. Todas las puertas están abiertas, estas sí la abrimos. Desactivar mapa, no. Todas las luces encendidas para quienes no odian a la oscuridad. Es que, tío, vamos a ver, a mí sí me gustan los juegos de terror, de miedo y que aparezcan cosas y me giñe yo vivo y que os riáis de mí un rato. Perfecto. Pero si no me aparece nada, ya sé cómo es el juego, sé que no me va a aparecer nada, que lo único que así medio te raya un poco si no sabes qué pasa son los relámpagos que aparecen por la casa y todo el rollo. Pues encendemos las luces, tío, aunque sea por una partida solo, para conseguir los trofeos de fácil. Bueno, 20 euros, tomas por culo, chaval. 20 euros, dice. Invito a mi novia a cenar con 20 euros, chaval. 20 euros. ¿En serio, tío? 19,99 euros. Acojonante, tío.
Hi, Mom.
Bueno, vamos a conseguir ahora todos los trofeos Supuestamente los símbolos esos son de los diálogos, ¿no? De los comentarios. Vale.
So, Christmas Duck. Christmas Duck is a fan favorite. He's kind of a mascot, I guess, and I think that's partly because it's a weird concept, a Christmas duck, and partly because it's like the first unique thing that you encounter in the game. It's kind of personified as like a little character, but the thing is, Christmas Duck was not planned. When we were starting the project, we didn't have a 3D modeler because Kate came on a couple months after we started, and we needed a bunch of 3D models. And so I was just going through the Unity asset store. So I was going through the list and saw this Christmas duck, and I was like, "What is?" Okay, and I grabbed it and we used it as like a test object just to set up the system where you can grab stuff and carry it around. And then I ended up saying, "All right, we got this Christmas duck, I'll hide the key under it." And instead of... Hi, I'm Steve Gaynor. I'm the co-founder of the Fulbright company. We made Gone Home. I was the writer and designer. And thank you for taking a look at our commentary mode. Whenever you find...
Vamos a hacer el trofeo de encender los 8 grifos de la casa
you can find out a little bit more about the game. I want to thank everybody who's added commentary, Yanman and Carla, my co-founders of the company, Kate
vale,
Craig,
faltan
3D
7
artist,
grifos.
Chris Remo, our composer, Sarah Grayson, the voice of Sam Greenbrier, and Corin Tucker, the lead singer of Heaven for Betsy, and other...
Hello, my name is Kate Craig, and I was creating a lot of the environment assets for the game. Not all of them, some of them I had help with.
Oh man, mom handwriting. We went through a lot of different moms for handwriting. A lot of different moms contributed handwriting for our game. At first, let's see, how did we do that? What were we doing first?
Si conseguimos todo esto de los comentarios de los desarrolladores, tendremos un trofeo.
We never really discussed the idea of individually scoring each audio log ahead of time. I just got an email one day from Steve after they had done the first round of voice recording with Sarah Grayson, who did an amazing job as Sam. And he said he'd been thinking about the idea of giving each log a piece of music to ground it in the proper tone. So I just started doing these short 20 to 60 second pieces, and that ended up being the bulk of the work for the game. It was a very iterative process. I did them in the order they were recorded, and I would just keep sending revisions of each log to Steve, taking his feedback, modifying the piece, and sending it back. Especially at the beginning, the feedback was almost always pull it back more. I've never done music this subdued before. Even more so than most game music, it primarily exists to quietly suggest a mood and tone to the player. Sarah's voice is always the main audio content. The game soundtrack I worked on previous to this was Blendo Games' 30 Flights of Loving, which consists of some really huge, bombastic, brassy pieces. So switching gears to Gone Home and constantly hearing pull it back, less melody, was surprisingly challenging at first. But over time, I think Steve and I developed a pretty good rapport. For the most part, the diaries require...
A lot of Gone Home is about pointless interactivity that is sort of things being interactive for the sake of them being interactive, but it really comes from our inspirations of immersive sims like System Shock and Bioshock and Thief, where a big part of the design philosophy behind those games and Gone Home is that the world needs to be really internally consistent, and there's this feeling that if there's something that your character might do, you should be able to do it in the game. So in Bioshock, for instance, you can flush all the toilets and you can turn on all of the faucets, and that's also true in like Deus Ex and Dishonored. And sometimes like the water fountains in Deus Ex give you like 1 health or whatever, but really you can interact with them because there's this expectation of, if you could interact with that, if you encountered it in this world, we should let you do that, right? So, all of the faucets in our game can be turned on, and they can be turned on so that you can turn them on, and you can flush all of the toilets, and it extends into our philosophy behind you can pick up every plastic cup and toothbrush and Kleenex box, not because it's going to add a whole lot to your understanding of this world to be able to look at the underside of a cup, but to pay off that expectation and say to the player, yeah, you could pick that up and look at it, so we're going to let you do that, and it's going to be consistent interactively with the stuff that is important, And that makes it your job to look at everything and give it your attention, and for you to decide and understand and figure out what has significance and what doesn't, and not for us to tell that to you.
I'd already played through the first full half of Gone Home before I started composing any music, which was really important to understand how the game felt and played and looked. But I didn't get a build of the complete game until I'd already been delivered the Part 2 audio logs, and then ended up not playing any of the second half of the game until it was fully complete and I'd written all the music. This wasn't originally my intention, but it meant I ended up fully immersed in Sam's story, essentially to the exclusion of all the other subplots of the game, which are not accompanied by specific music. I don't know if that was objectively the right call or not as a composer, but it definitely made me feel very connected to that character. I've probably heard Sarah delivering Sam's story dozens or maybe hundreds of times over. It also meant I didn't actually know the literal implications of the ending of Sam's story, so I was imagining all kinds of potential endings that ended up being a lot darker than what you see when you finally do reach the attic. So as a player, when I did complete the game, I was pretty relieved.
Ahora vamos a conseguir el trofeo de todos los comentarios, ¿vale? Vamos a empezar por el principio. Son 68.
Yeah, the biggest purpose of the card was, to say, oh, Sam is 17, if you look for this thing, but there's so much, we need so much. The Goodfellow High School jacket and the logo generally is a reference to the logo for Minerva's Den, the section of Rapture that DLC takes place in, that we worked on together. But we didn't want to make it look exactly. The fact that there are speedruns for our game makes me really happy, and the fact that that the any percent speedrun, aka you don't have to pick up anything, just get to the end as fast as possible, has basically been optimized to, I think, 47 or 48 seconds. Even just watching that speedrun is really fun because you see the player optimize. Like, for instance, the fastest speedruns, they don't turn on any lights because it would take a fraction of a second to turn towards the light switch and turn it on and then turn back to the direction they wanted to go. And they just kind of like strafe past things and don't even change direction to move through the house. And then the 100% Diaries speedrun is even more.
Hi, I'm Chris Remo, the composer on Gone Home. In my commentary tracks, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what went into creating the original music soundtrack for the game. Gone Home is an unusual game, musically speaking, in that it consists of two distinct music soundtracks. The one of those.
This is where you find the first half of Sam's Locker, or I guess it's actually the second half of Sam's Locker combo as far as what the piece of paper is. But
Hi, this is Corin Tucker from Heavens to Betsy. And Heavens to Betsy was a band that formed in 1991, actually. And I actually got the idea for joining a band when I moved to Olympia.
So here's one of Dad's pulpy JFK books.
One of our favorite movies is...
The doors were actually one of the hardest things in the game to get working correctly, and I know that there's still some bugs existing with the doors, actually. But it's a surprisingly hard problem, which is why most video games just have doors that kind of slide away into nothing.
Here we have Fresh Magazine, which is a...
Inside of this file folder, you find the first combination code in the game. This code goes to Dad's locked filing cabinet, and it's 0451, which is a bit of a tradition / in-joke amongst. I mean, it's not really an in-joke. It's just an internal reference amongst this lineage of games that hark back to immersive. When you're putting like lamps and stuff around a house, one thing that you have to deal with is plugging them in.
So these are all the VHS tapes, or most of them, in the house, and these in the TV room are from...
My name is Sarah Grayson, and I do the voice of Sam Greenbrier in Gone Home. Currently based out of Portland, Oregon, so right around where the Fulbright Company is from, which is part of, I guess, how this all came to be. I started doing voiceover work probably about 4 or 5 years ago. It's been a bit of an on and off journey, because I also have had regular 9-to-5 jobs that whole time. So I always get excited when I see video game auditions come across, because it's always been something that I wanted to do.
Most of the bookshelves in the house are filled with undifferentiated books. I mean, they're not undifferentiated, but they're low detail, because, God, it would be an entire dev cycle's worth of work to actually do plausible spines on every single...
Sam's...
This is our old-timey record that we got from archive.org, Source of All Good Things. It's by Adrian Rollini when he was with, apparently, the Taproom Gang. The song is entitled Got a Need for...
I feel like one of the best bits of advice was actually from the Fulbright team before going in to do the first recording. And it was a suggestion that I should watch some episodes of My So-Called Life, which was great because I'd watched them all when they were actually on. It was one of those favorite shows my sister and I would sit down and watch every week. And so going back and watching them was definitely not a hard chore to have to do. So I basically went...
Composing the ambient exploration tracks definitely ended up being the weirdest part of creating music for Gone Home. The audio diaries tended to take precedence since they had such clear criteria for completion, so the ambient tracks were the last things I did.
One of the larger assets that we needed to really give it character and personality was a furnace. And when we were initially thinking of the furnace, Steve had mentioned to me the furnace from Home Alone, which if you grew up in the 90s like I did, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh man, this thing.
So 2 things. One, Mom's Canadian. So there's this little scrap of paper that's hidden under this bedside table, and you start to...
You know, there was kind of this intellectual, cross-cultural, like, pen pal thing that happened before the internet. You know, we used to write letters back and forth to each other about our ideas and about how we wanted to change things.
There was a little bit of concern on my part before any of this got started that you never know how much liberty you're going to be given. And
Putback is the feature that I'm happiest with in the game. It actually came about as sort of a little bit of an accident. Playtesters had told us they didn't want to feel like some kind of horrible person rummaging around this house and tossing everything on the floor. But there wasn't really any other option initially. That's all you could do was sort of try and lob things back into the place. So, you know, I had done some code before for placing turrets and things in other games where it, will arbitrarily orient an object to be perpendicular to surface and all that sort of stuff. I told Steve that, we'd have a lot of edge cases with that.
The music for Gone Home was mainly composed over 2 separate periods, roughly a year apart. A version of Part 1 of the game had to be ready by October 2012 for submission to the 2013 Independent Games Festival, so I did all the Part 1 audio logs primarily that September. The following
fanzines, I mean, that's one of the things that we started doing right away, was doing these Riot Girl fanzines, and everyone would contribute and write, an article for it, and then we'd compile it and make these Riot Girl fanzines. And
so earlier in an earlier version of the story in Gone Home,
all of the sliding doors that you see in the game are actually from a code perspective, drawers when I made a thing.
Writing Sam was a unique challenge.
You know, it's really about the ideals that we were trying to get across in our music. You know, I think that the move to equality for women and for everyone in the U.S. is something that we all want to be a part of, right? And we used Riot Girl, and we used.
So I'm Sarah Argidale. This is my salad dressing, named for my...
When you put out any sort of content about your game online, whether it's screenshots or whether it's gameplay...
For a long time, the kitchen was not going to be mid-renovation the way that it is. And it's one of those things that I think that necessity, you know, a production can...
Definitely the second half was where a lot more of the emotional weight in the character came out, and that was a lot to handle, but a lot of fun to do too, because I've really not gotten to do a character.
Oh, you found an Easter egg!
Who found it?
You found it! This is the best! You looked up! No one in a first-person game looks up!
Because there's no rewards to looking up.
Because it's hard to look up.
Also, you weren't allowed to look up in, like...
Wolfenstein? And Doom, I guess. It shot higher if there was an enemy higher.
Oh, yeah.
If you go get something recyclable from the recycle bin, I made it so that when you throw it way further than a normal thing. And you can knock the basketball out of the rafters and then carry it to Sam's room. And then when you make a basket, either by just throwing it through or by dunking...
you get a present.
You get a present, which is pictures of our cats showing up on the television.
And cats that we know.
Cats and friends of cats.
Yeah.
Cats,
yeah, sure.
And we also we did a final wrap up, like a pickup voice recording session with.
So that was probably the hardest one we had to record.
I'd already played through the first full half of Gone Home before I started composing any music, which was really important to understand how the game felt and played and looked. But I didn't get a build of the complete game until I'd already been delivered the Part 2 audio logs, and then ended up not playing any of the second half of the game until it was fully complete and I'd written all the music. This wasn't originally my intention, but it meant...
Really early on, I thought it would be, like, something that I thought would be engaging about Gone Home would just be fun. We didn't really give Kate very specific direction for this. She gave us some
flipando, que si tengo yo una casa así de vacaciones,
to approve and everything. So you want to talk about this fucking jazz mug?
Nobody wants to talk about the jazz mug.
Well,
it's
except for
worst.
Carla.
I hate it. It's the worst.
that was such a common theme when we were like approving assets or making stuff visually for Gone Home. Is just like, oh my god, that's hideous. I fucking hate it. We're putting it in the game.
Yeah,
because like
so
just like awful '90s furniture and like
we see it in a secondhand store or like
or you
just
see it
on
in
the
the
internet.
Sears catalog we bought, and it's just like there's so many fucking ruffles on it. I want to puke. Like the wicker furniture in Mom and Dad's room.
Right.
It's like that's fucking hideous.
We need it. I had seen Bikini Kill and Bratmobile play their first show at the North Shore Surf Club in Olympia. That was Valentine's Day, 1991. And I was kind of blown away by the incredible.
Around here, so these are stereographic.
Yeah, I ended up being pretty happy with this. This is the only picture of Lonnie that we had for her.
Mom and Dad.
One of the assets that I really liked creating in the game was
I was one of the hosts of the Idle Thumbs video game podcast for a year or two, and I, go on there, and every once in a while, those guys are my friends. And I didn't want to put Idle Thumbs references all over the game, but I did want to. Barf Burger is enjoyed by all. So the thing is, I drew the Barf Burger because I drew all of Lonnie's drawings. So I drew the
boxes of tampons that you can find in the washrooms around the house. They weren't originally on the list of items that needed to be.
Well, I mean, I've always, one of the most comforting things in the world to me is having somebody, like, brush my hair or stroke my head. Like my mom, when I wasn't feeling well, I could lie down in her lap, she would just brush my hair. And it always made me feel better. Like, the weirdest way, I couldn't figure out why, but it just seemed like this friendly connection to somebody that it is, like she says, it is strangely intimate in a way that I'd not really, I guess, put into words until reading that part of the script. Where that's what I was thinking of, was like that connection, that sort of human touch, that it's something so friendly and so loving that you can do. And that whole idea of like touching someone's scalp being so intimate, it just made me think of that. Just those wonderful little moments where...
The life cycle of the condom.
That's not a real thing, Steve.
The life cycle of the condom.
All right.
By Carla Zamanja.
Is as follows. Initially, the condom was a separate plot point. It was an actual plot point. We gave it to Lonnie, and we had Sam find...
One of my favorite things that came out during development was someone wrote an email mistakenly referring to mittens, and Steve replied in the voice of Katie, saying,
Another board game. This one wasn't done by me, though. This one was done by Carla. But I really like it because the ghost figures on the back of the game are actually long distance.
So there's a lot less density in the house than there would be in a real house. Like, if you look around your house, there's just junk piled everywhere, probably.
Maybe
like,
it's just our house.
I think it's most house.
Oh, you're right.
But, so, our strategy was you either fully invest in something and, put, like, a plausible representation of this aspect of a room in, or you just don't put it in at all, and the player will fill in the gaps between, like, oh, these are all the things that represent the kind of room I'm supposed to be in, and it doesn't jump out at me that there's no toilet plungers. Almost none of the events, the little events in the game, are scripted as far as, like, triggering when you do something specific. So all of the thunder and lightning and the creaky noises in the house.
I really enjoyed playing Gone Home. I have to say it was pretty exciting to find the Heavens to Betsy tape, because that was really, those songs really did come out on a cassette tape at the time, and...
Okay, the Wildfire book. Oh man, look at this thing. Yeah, this is another one of those situations in which I totally felt like a weird creepo when I was doing research, and there was a lot of really horrifying romance novel covers. This poor guy was on somebody's Flickr account that was allowed, that was a Creative Commons attribution licensed. And I think he was playing volleyball or something, and I don't know.
So you just put suspenders on him and put an axe in his hand, and now he's a fireman.
Yes, I
did. It's the best.
I did it, and I will cop to it, and I do it again. Also, as I recall, because I'm a noob, I initially picked total bondage suspenders.
That's true. You want to talk about a place for Christmas Duck?
This is where Christmas Duck goes.
Oh, it's Christmas Duck's little house.
It's his little house. That's where he goes. He goes into it.
There was something I always assumed would happen. I know that some people did do it because we got tweets, like on the day of release or whatever, of people referring to this.
Right.
But kind of based on the gnome in Half-Life 2, Episode 2, or whatever.
Vale, pues nos faltarían tres para el trofeo. Uno.
I think this is one where
It's one of those things where we had always wanted to... Well, we had wanted to pay So this is the last room in the game,
entre
or at least
bambalinas.
the last room chronologically in the story.
You made it.
You did it! Yeah, this is where you find Sam's journal that you have been hearing diary entries from. And it's revealed, or I guess implied retroactively, that, you know, the game is
Voy a ver si consigo un trofeo de miau, miau, miau.
Katie read Sam's diary that was addressed to her and is now thinking back to what she saw in the house. So thanks for playing through with commentary mode and listening to us and Yonaman and Kate and Sarah Grayson and Chris Remo and Corin Tucker from Heavens to Betsy and Slater Kinney, who, again, thank you to her for taking her time to record some of her recollections and thoughts for this. But yeah, just thanks for playing, and we hope that you got something good out of all of our jibber jabber.
It's okay if you didn't.
Vemos si la parte baja de la casa.
Bye everybody, bye!
Goodbye, we love you!
Yeah, I guess.
Nivel bajo de batería. Nos metemos aquí en la cocina, aquí al almacén, y cogemos la lata esta. Tenemos que coger la lata esta, venimos para atrás y veis que hay ahí como una pelota, ¿no? Buah, me he reventado. Vale. Y cogemos la pelota esta. Mierda. Perdón. Con la pelota salimos otra vez a la entrada de la casa. Vale. Una vez tenemos la pelotita esta, volvemos a la entrada de la casa, subimos para arriba y en la pared esta que pone caution, vale, pues dejamos la pelota, cerramos la puerta y volvemos a coger la pelotita. Y veis que aquí hay una canasta, ¿no? Pues vale, pues hay que canastarla. Miau, miau, miau.
Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
¿Qué movida es esta, tío? ¡Ey! Estaba todo encendido porque se ha apagado todo. Bueno, ya tenemos el de miau. Bueno, hay que pasarse el juego en menos de 1 minuto. Dice que no saldrá la primera, pero bueno. Lo primero, darle al círculo, tanto al principio como al final del juego, porque te sale una cena y tal, donde se ponen a hablar y todo el rollo, y eso lo podemos evitar.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
No sé si me lo habré pasado.
Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person. That I can't tell you all.
No lo he hecho.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
Casi.
Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this...
No lo hago, ¿eh? Ya la he giñado, tío. Que vaya, ni lo... Es chunguillo, pasárselo en un minuto. Yo no sé cómo la gente decía que el récord está en 47-48 segundos. Venga, hombre, y coge la maldita llave. Y se atasca,
The
tío.
sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait. Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself.
Bueno, pues nada, yo voy a dejar aquí hasta aquí el directo. Si sois nuevos ya sabéis que podéis suscribiros, estar atentos a mis nuevos directos a través de notificaciones. Y nada, pues me gustaría que le dieses a me gusta, regálate tu like, ya que estoy jugando aquí a 34 grados. Por eso voy sin camiseta siempre. y más ahora en verano. Y nada, nos vemos en el próximo directo. Adiós.